Mm-hmm. 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 Let's go.
Good morning.
I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy.
Creating your dream career, uncover and apply your creative strength. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I think Skillshare is kind of famous. Skillshare and Udemy is usually where I do my online courses. I use Skillshare mostly I think Skillshare is more for like personal development, like how to communicate effectively and how to be more creative, and then Udemy is more for career growth. So that's where I'll do my like UX UI design courses, Figma courses. What else do I do there? Yeah, I suppose just trying to improve my skills at things that I use at work. But now I'm on Skillshare because I love this course, and yeah, let's get to it. Did I say it's Tuesday? It's not Tuesday, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. So yeah. I started this course yesterday. So I'm continuing today. It's not long, it's like 8 lessons, 37 minutes, but I started late yesterday. I think I started at around 4:30 or 4. And I'm working also on my actual job at the same time. So this one I'm just listening to, and then this one, and then I'm actively working. So 2 things at the same time. 2 birds with 1 stone.
Questions, and I'll meet you there so we can continue the conversation. All right, so the first question we're going to explore is,
I want to do
how has where you're
courses
from influenced who you are? And I'll break that down a little bit for myself. I grew up in Harlem, New York, and I'm the middle child of 5. That's in the most basic format where I'm from, right? And how that shaped who I am is there's a lot of layers under that upbringing and the household that I was raised in. So growing up in New York City, and Harlem to be exact, if you don't speak up for yourself, others will, and you may not like the narrative that they shape about you. So early on, I really learned the power of voice and how to speak up for myself. And also, alternatively, within that, I learned the power of communal voice and collective contribution. So growing up playing basketball, I got to learn all of my peers' likes, dislikes, quirks, and I got to know the people within my neighborhood, and we really rallied around each other, always, always. But there's a third piece around how where I'm from has influenced who I am, and that's how I spent my time as a young person. So sports was one part of it, and I developed a leadership voice through being a captain of my basketball team, but academics were another piece. And not just conventional academics like in school. I was on debate team and chess team, so I had my little nerd jock combo going, but also where I spent my time outside of school. And every day after school, I remember going to the library, spent time reading books, getting lost in language and communication. And my very first job was the senior computer page at the library. And my job was to teach people in the community who signed up for computer appointments how to use the computer effectively. So very early on, my gift and my joy that comes from teaching was activated when I was about 11 years old, and that carried me through the rest of my career. There are a lot of different parts to my upbringing, of course, but the things that rang true are my desire to serve and be within community, my desire to empower through teaching, and my desire to own my voice and leave my mark and teach other people how to do that as well. So as you're answering this question for yourself, if you're feeling a little stuck, first, pause and just take as much time as you need on this, but also keep pushing and asking the why. Where did I grow up? What were some of my hobbies? What were some of my interests? Why did I like those things? Do those things show up in what I'm currently doing? And you might have a little light bulb moment pop off when you're like, oh, right, when I was 6 years old, I did this. I still love that as a teen. And that brings me a lot of joy and all the different facets my life now, both personally and professionally. So we talked a little bit about your background and how that shaped who you are. Now I want to connect that to question 2. And I want you to explore and ask yourself, how did you get here? And I really want you to go all the way back into your history to think through, where are all the spaces and places where you have cultivated your experience and your expertise? And here's a really important point to keep in mind here, right? Where we hone our strengths and skills isn't always necessarily in the workplace. We cultivate our strengths and skills from the time we come out of the womb. So your lived experience is really what informs all of that expertise. So I knew in my high school and college years that I loved communication and storytelling. I loved serving people. I loved the idea of communities coming together. And so I started to figure out, how can I make that thread a career pattern for myself? So I studied television and radio, and studying television and radio led me to managing musicians and artists and helping them shape their careers so that they can thrive doing the work that they love. From hosting radio and managing artists, I moved into a different space where I was like, you know what? I'm managing artists and we're traveling around to get bonuses and raises and starting businesses. And the biggest hurdle they had was around communication. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go back into working with adults and teach public speaking. And interestingly enough, it's a full circle moment. The very first workshop that I taught around public speaking was through Skillshare. And that was in 2012. And so I just followed that path, and I kept teaching public speaking workshops with this idea that if people can understand how to have command of language, then they can navigate any things that come up for them at work and outside of and learning experiences. So no matter what role that I've played, whether it was the project management firm or being a crew member at Trader Joe's, my ability to teach quickly and find lessons and things to help people.
Okay. Okay. I've got notes. Okay. Let's talk about the art of creativity. Let's talk about the art of creativity. I just did a Skillshare course right now on what's this course? Let me find it. Creating your dream career. Uncover and apply your creative strengths. I just did a course on that and my mind is blown. So I'm gonna read something. That you're like, yeah, it takes me a while back, but let me find it. When did I actually, let me just check. When did I actually write this letter? It says, edited 08/2019. I think I wrote this letter like, even way before I started design. This used to actually be my cover letter for jobs that, remember back in the day, jobs would ask you to write a cover letter, and this used to be my cover letter. I'm going to read it to you. It says, whether it be fashion, interior, or graphic design, all I ever wanted to do was design. Hey, I think that angle is better. The title says, all I wanted was design. Whether it be fashion, interior, or graphics, all I ever wanted to do was design. From a young age, growing up, I only had 3 phases that I can remember. Cutting up old clothes and remaking little outfits for my Barbie dolls. Then it was redecorating my bedroom every year to suit the mood I was receiving from the winds of change. Like, who says that? Like, at some point I got so excited about it that it became some sort of New Year's resolution. It made me look forward to the year ahead, which in essence gave me positive vibes. and then high school. My life revolved around two things. I think it's three. One, two, three. I don't know why I wrote two. My life revolved around two things: sketching, self-portraits, and name idea and logo design for my design studio. And the dress design for my matric farewell, which took up like all my high school year. All I would be doing is sketching, resketching, sketching, scratching, re-scratching until matric. Like, I was literally designing my matric dance dress, guys, from when I was in grade 8. Literally, that's when I started sketching my matric dance farewell. And then 17 magazine. Yo, I would buy 17 magazine. Like, guys, I still even buy magazines even today. Like Glamour, Destiny, Careers. There's a new one called Careers. Like, My Life. But back then it used to be 17. And then it was, what's that? Grazia. Then it was Grazia. Then it was... other magazines that I like, but I remember I used to be super obsessed with 17 magazine and Grazia in high school. So those were my 3 phases, the only things I can remember. Funny thing is, that's literally all I remember about growing up. I'm sure there was typical growing up stuff in between, like boys, house parties, and getting up to mischief. But I will leave those memories for my dear parents to remember. I'm quite happy with the ones I've stored in my head. Had it not been for those, guys, this was a whole cover letter. This is what I would send with my job applications. So when they say trust the process, this is what they mean. Okay, where was I? I'm quite happy with the ones I've stored in my head. Had it not been for those, I wouldn't have been so passionate about all things design. On that note, although I have not worked in a similar role, I'm every bit as innovative, outspoken, enthusiastic about this opportunity as I would be about everything else I plunge into. This letter is not only motivation for why you should hire me for the job, it's also inspiration for me to challenge myself at pursuing such a different role with such vigor and courage in knowing that I will succeed in it. Please consider me as a candidate, for I am highly interested in not only this position but L Decorations as a whole. So this was for the L Decorations magazine. I think it was a sub whatever of L magazine. So they had like a L decorations way. It was like just interior. I have great ideas that I would love to share with the institution given the chance, and are passionate about implementing new ideas as well. I am familiar and comfortable working in a digital space as well as in design software. I have a vast knowledge of social media. Girl, I'm sure this was like 2009. Vast, girl, but to fake it till you make it. Like, what vast knowledge in social media? Yo, what up? And can manage any content provided. I relate well to people of all ages. Well, that's true. And of all ages, as I have done in the past, volunteering at a trauma center when I was fresh out of college. Volunteering at a trauma center when I was fresh out of college. I'm very ambitious. I've been involved in many projects in the past which involve fashion, web, and events that were very successful endeavors. I love new challenges and all things design. Like, guys, I cherish this letter. I'm actually going to print it out and like frame it, because wow, girl, wow. Anyways, yeah, that was like my cover letter from like when I started applying at like, you know, design jobs, whether it be interior design, like the works. And then now I do this Skillshare course on creating your dream career, and it's got like little, what's this, what do you call this, exercises that you need to do. So I'm gonna read some of the stuff that I got from this course. Where the first exercise was, where and how did you grow up, and what you took from this experience. I just put down points. So I put down, grew up in Spokane, Everton, lived in Merton. That's when I got exposed to art and sports. I loved sports, mainly running and hockey. This was in primary school, and I think high school. Yeah, in high school. I used to run in high school. I used to draw sketch dresses when I was like, guys, I used to draw in sketch dresses when I was probably like 12, I think, because that is like my earliest memory of ever doing anything with a pencil and a book. I loved magazines and I bought a lot. I still do. I love arts and craft, like cutting up things and pasting things, and like I think that's what sparked my design career, because I cut up stuff in magazines and I put them together in like a little mood board type situation, and then I found out that in graphic design you can do that with an actual software. Okay, what else? I like encouraging others to be creative. I love doing that. Like anytime I see a creative spark in somebody, I'm like, why don't you pursue that? I'm sure it's very annoying to some people, but I do that a lot. I do that a lot. I started work at a trauma center, and we had this program where we spoke to high school kids. We'd go to like different schools and just motivate them and like whatever, like stuff. I used to love that. Like I looked forward to those days, and I think it was like once a week. I think it was like, or twice, Tuesdays and Thursdays or something, I can't remember, but I used to look forward to those days. I learned how to bake at a very young age also. I think by the time I was in high school, I could bake anything and everything, and I used to do that for like friends and family. I loved renovating my room constantly. I said that already. I love watching fashion shows, interior shows, like TV shows, TV programs, Project Runway. Oh my god. Le today in the Project Runway. Great British Bake Off. Le today in the Great British Bake Off. And what else? Yeah, that's what I've got. And then on like another exercise, I think it was a second exercise, it asked, where are you now in your journey? And I said, I work from home. Where are you now and where do you want to go? So I said, I work from home. I miss office and engaging, working with it. I miss office space and engaging with people. So I would like to get into like co-working space type situation now and then. I love spending time with my kids. The opportunity to do that from working from home, amazing. I love painting. I need more time and space to do that. I think I said this in my previous video that I am manifesting a 4-bedroom house so I can have a what's this? It would be so cool if I had like a, what do you call those? Not the attic. I think the attic is like an American term, but that top area where it's like, yeah, you get the vibe. So I want that to create like a art room or like my office space where I can like do everything in that room. Paint if I want to paint, create content if I want to create content, design if I want to design, make a dress if I want to make a dress. I love creating videos and editing them, and I'm a design specialist who's creating content about my career journey. And then they said create a 60-second video of your strengths, which I think is what I'm doing now. It's not really that, but this is what it is. This is it. That's what sparked this video. So my strengths are obviously graphics, web designing, creating videos and editing them. I would like to do that for others, so I'm manifesting that or something. I'm forever manifesting. Teaching creative classes like art, design, fashion, content. And I actually started a thing. I don't know where it's going, but I started a thing, and I call it the School of Graphic Matography. School of Graphic Matography, as in School of Graphic Fashion, Photography, Content, Art. Get it? School of Graphic Matography. Remember that name. It'll be worth something one day. And managing creatives or influencers. That's like I think that's something I stumbled across. Because I like encouraging people to pursue creative whatever, the creative ideas. So I think I would be good at managing creatives, I don't know, something like that. I say that because also that's how I met McG. I saw something in him and his show, and I was like, "My guy, let's do this. You can do this, man. You can do this." Like when you're playing. Literally, I sent McG a DM like that. I was like, "Bruh, you are not taking this show of yours or this channel of yours seriously enough. You are not. Let me help you." And then the rest is history. That's how I started working with them. But yeah, this course sparked this video, and I wanted to give you guys just like a little brief nyana idea of where my journey started, how I actually chose design, how I ended up in design, how right now I'm like, I don't know, I think my goal is to have like a school, but not like official school, not like a college, but like an online school, where different people teach stuff like Skillshare and Udemy and stuff, but not really, man. Like it needs to be a space where we also kind of engage with, as creatives. So it's not just offering course, it's also like engaging as creatives. It's also like collaborating in teaching, So I'll show you guys like a little bit of the designs I have for this. Guys, it's even got a graduation gown. Yeah, I've got like a graduation gown that I created, that I actually tried to get some kind of collaboration with Tepo Jeans. Like I did that, guys. I DM'd Tepo Jeans and I was like, "Listen, man, I've got an idea. I think it's dope. Let's work together." Like, and he responded. He actually responded, and he was like, "Yeah, we can chat, whatever." I can't remember what the response was, but I think at the time they didn't have like, or he didn't have like capacity to take on a new project or something like that. I can't remember, but I'll also show you that DM. So I will show you this letter of mine that I used as motivation letter, and then I'll show you my DM to McG, and then I'll show you my DM to Tepo Jeans, and I'll show you my DM to who. Like, guys, not me, I'm a musician. I'm forever DMing people on some, let's work together. There's this one NGO girl, whatever, that I DM'd because I kind of sort of want to work with NGOs, but not like, man, one day it'll all make sense. One day it'll all make sense. Let me stop rambling, because yeah, I think you got the gist of what this video is about, and I hope you enjoyed it. And ask me questions so I can answer them in another video, because I don't have ideas. I get ideas as I go. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe if you haven't. Please tell a friend. Let's gather here as content creators and just talk about stuff. Ooh, that is a nice exit, outro, whatever. Cheers, guys. I have a meeting. I'm not ready for this meeting.